Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. As usual, as soon as we start this program, you can determine whether you want to open bat or open bowl. Pick up your telephone. Give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything. Politics, religion, socioeconomic issues. But most important, you can introduce your own topic. So the number to call is 442-0175. We're on RealFM 91.9, YouTube, Facebook. Some people might get it on 91.5. Give us a call. We take calls. We let you punch. We don't like rules. We encourage people to be respectful to one another and tolerant. I think sometimes we are not discussing unemployment enough. And I believe we must discuss the issue of unemployment and some of the negative consequences of unemployment. I don't know what is the situation with the statistic division, but I think when they are doing the statistics, if you're not looking for a job within a year, they don't count you as unemployed. But there are some people fed up. They don't care anymore. They don't bother to apply for a job or inquire or find out. They give up. They surrender. So unemployment has severe consequences. And sometimes I believe that within our family, the guys on the block, we must discuss what are the consequences of unemployment. Sometimes you have severe financial hardship and poverty. You might be in debt, homelessness. You don't have a home. Or even if you're living in a home, everybody looking at you. You're wasting water in the bathroom because it's not you that paying the water bill. You don't have money to contribute to the upkeep of your home and your family. And somebody is concerned. In the United States and other countries where a lot of people isn't renting, if you're not working, your partner may not tolerate you for very long. In Grenada too, you could have a lot of stress as a result of being unemployed in your home. Family tension and family breakdown. The man was visited in the hospital. He broke his leg. Some of my partners visit him in the hospital and say, well, boy, both foot is broken. They tie it up and they have some weight on it. It's a pitiful sight to see, A helpless man lie down on a bed, ambitious, young, but he's helpless. And they're trying to stretch his foot. And he's likely to stay months in hospital. After his partners visit him, he gets very depressed because his partners remind him he may not be able to walk. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre. I trust you have had a very good weekend.
Yes, a great one.
And look forward towards the coming week with good health, strength, happiness.
Yes.
Mr. Pierre, as we look forward to the 50th anniversary of our independence, I just want to remember and shout out in a very special way those who have paved the way so that we can enjoy 50 today. Without their involvement, without their dedication and hard work, we would not be here, we would not be enjoying it. And I speak of those who have toiled the soil, those who walk on the estate and instilling us the value of hard work and dedication. Without their discipline, we would not be who we are. And we are eternally grateful and we owe it to them to say thank you and work with them, work for them, ensure that they have a good place, and we continue to look after them in our society. Thank God for those who are here, and we are grateful for the sacrifices you've made on the estate with a basket of nutmeg and cocoa, the mason tower times when you didn't have light, but you did it for us. And for that, we are eternally grateful. And I just want to say, on behalf of my generation, thank you for all that you have done. Without you, there would be no 50. Have a great day, Mr. Pierre. I thank you.
Yes, scholar, I know you must understand the struggles that our foreparents went on. And they saw independence as a dream, a hope, an opportunity for a better life for the children. Most of them realized that their circumstances might not change, but they hope and pray that the children's circumstances would change. They wanted the children to have a better life. They wanted the children to get better education. They wanted to control the factors of production. They thought they had capital. They had labor, but they did not have the initiative. They saw the young boys and the young children having very uncompetitive on the job market. The job they had was menial jobs. Some of the boys took the boat and went to Trinidad for a better land. Aruba, Guyana, Maracaibo, Cuba, the Panama Canal. Grenadians were striving for a better canal, a better life. Some of them never returned. A number of women was left here with several children as their husbands or the spouse jump the boat and go to Trinidad and other countries to try to make a better life of them. Most of them never succeed. Some of them abandon the sheep and continue life in Trinidad, never coming back. I remember a story of a man laid in a coffin. In those days, they did not used to have piece of the coffin covered. You cover the whole coffin. And 3 of his sons stayed at his foot. They were not shedding tears. Later, when a bigger one come, pull out the socks in the dead man's foot. He said, you abandon us. You leave your mother with 10 of us. And you never turn back. And now they want to bury you with a new socks. You say, I go take the socks and wait. It was a sad story. He took the socks from the dead man and put it in his pocket. And some of his brothers was just watching him at the foot of the coffin without a tear in their eye. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
yes.
As we approach 50, let us as homemakers, as mothers, as young people, ensure that our local foods, our delicacies are at the head of our table and continue. So many times we talk of chicken and chips. I know you always promote the yams and so. So let us make an effort now. We have yams, we have breadfruit coming in season, we have the callaloo. There are so many things that we could do our sisters at the Food and Nutrition have taught us to do different dishes. Let us make it attractive so our young ones can enjoy it and then appreciate the taste. So we owe it to ourselves and our family to make the colorless soup, bring back the agidi and the cuckoo so that our young ones could enjoy it. We don't always have to sit on the TV at night, but we could enjoy the moonlight in the yard with the family and do a little morals and, go back to the days when we share what we had and we really enjoyed it. These are the envies of what they have in North America. That is why they used to look forward to coming home so they can be a part and celebrate and eat what we have with us. So let's not forget that while you appreciate different tastes, but let's go back to the days when we roast our breadfruit and eat it with a smoker without frying and just toast and enjoyed it. And that was a good meal for us. Thank you for your indulgence.
Yes, scholar, and better we say, let us remember rather than let us not forget, because I believe we forgot. Our education system has taught us to forget. The people who teach cookery in school now, I don't think they call it cookery anymore. It's a joke. I've spoken to many young people who have an A in cookery. They can't cook maniku. They don't know nothing about tattoo. They can't handle metmg. They can't make gluten. They don't know about agidi. They cannot pickle cucumber, tomatoes. Sometimes I don't know. I think what they spend all these years doing is food preparation, is food presentation. That perhaps is a 6 weeks course. Food presentation. They don't know how to burn coloring with honey. They don't sweeten juice with honey. So we don't have street food in Grenada. Street food is a big thing in a lot of countries in the world. People go around to eat street food. And some of our people who coming out from the school system, they can't cook. What they learn is presentation of food. That's supposed to be a 6 weeks course. I have said to some children, don't do cookery in school. If your parents could cook home, do not do cookery in school. When you don't attend a 2 or 3 weeks or 6 weeks food presentation course, you're wasting time. Because when you come out in cookery, you can't cook. You can't cook maniku. You can't cook tattoo. You don't know nothing about wild meat. You cannot cook lambi. You can't make a cowhead waters. You cannot pickle cucumber, tomatoes. Well, what you could do? You don't know nothing about agiri. You can't make gluten. So what you did was food presentation. Make the food look good. How to present it. This is a 6 weeks course. Why are we squandering our children's time? Why we have an education system that is chaffing our children? They're unproductive. 70% of the children exit school and they are not competitive on the job market. We spend a whole amount of time teaching them how to make fast food. And it's difficult for them to get a job on the job market. So I call on parents, let your children do things in school that encourages them and make them competitive on the job market. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, sorry to call back, but
Yeah,
I
no
believe
problem.
that
Welcome.
you're making, I beg to differ with you on that, because the food industry is the fastest growing among us with all these hotels coming on stream. These are the people that make the most money now. A very good chef from Tom Sissy might be earning the most money and they could multitask because they could work at Sandals and they could have their own private business at home. Right now, where you have festivals coming up, these people have cakes on sale. Are you getting cakes for as much as $200 and $300? These people going away and they're making the most money in Barbados and in other Caribbean islands. There is a lot of need. And I mean, I'm telling you because I've had the experience. I am very close to the people that did culinary at Tam Sisi. You have a lot of these catering companies now. And with all of these galas going around. I mean, these people are making money. It's not like before. They make a lot and they could make a lot of money. The amount of teachers you have doing cakes and so at their home. A lot of these come from, and nowadays you're learning a lot of these things online. It's not like before. Thank you.
Yes, scholar, most people disagree with me. I always engage a number of young people that leave the school system and I see their struggle on the job market. I look at them and they have difficulties even getting opportunity to go to university because they don't have the basic course. Something is wrong with the education system. If a child come to school and some of the basic street foods we have here, they can cook it and know they could make cake. Some of them learn to make that at their home. What the children need is courses in presentation of food. Because that's what a lot done in the hotel. A lot of them could cook. But you send our children to school and then they send them and do cookery. And they come out with cookery and they're struggling to get a job. And we talk about the hotel industry since the devil was a little boy. We hearing about the hotel industry. But the majority of people are not doing top quality jobs, are big money owning jobs in the hotel. And then even when they go there, they have to be retrained. When people come out in the school and you say you have an A in cookery, I don't think they call it cookery now, then that person must be ready for the job market. You hear children saying, well, all these things, ask them. Let us start to do little research. I don't like people believe me so. I like you to do some research right in your communities. The children that live in the secondary schools. And they come and tell you they have cookery. Start to ask them what they could cook. Yes, they could make cake. They could make macaroni pie. They could make scones or scones or what. They could make chicken and chips. Fried chicken and chips. They could do that. Some of them could do that before they go to school. Our schools must prepare our children for being competitive on the job market. We have to stop chaff with children, You see a girl or child in Form 3 or 4, ask them what subjects they're doing. And sometimes since you hear the subjects the children doing, you know they're already in trouble on the job market. We have to refocus. 70% of our children exiting school cannot meet the basic requirement. How do we deal with that? How do we address that? Are we just going to sit down and say, my child is not academically inclined? No. These are environmental factors because of our attitude. Parents have to hungry for education. We're not. We're complacent. The children perhaps go to school and do subjects based upon their interest in the teacher. Or maybe they feel they can't do this subject and they cannot do that subject. Teachers are teaching maths and less than 10% of the children pass in maths. It means the teacher cannot teach. If you teach in a subject matter and the majority of people you teach fail, you to blame. You can't teach. The time for us to do is to refocus. There are about 10 or 15% of the population or the children in school, and they have it well locked down. Because the parents understand that. The parents give them direction. The parents ensure that they do the right subjects, the subjects that will get them moving fast. And there are some children in school that are profiled. And as a result, they are given some subjects. And then they can end up unemployed. When you are unemployed, there are a number of negative consequences that can follow unemployment. One of them is severe financial hardship, poverty, you in debt, homelessness, stress, family tension, and family breakdown, boredom, alienation, shame or stigma, and increased social challenges. Look around you. Watch the boys in the community. Are you convinced they're going somewhere? Look at the children in the school. Look at the majority of girls in your community. They had the opportunity to go to secondary schools. This is not like yesteryear, where you walk in to go to school. You don't have food in the school. You have to study with a torch. All inside your nose full of smut from the torch. Those days are gone. We have electricity, telephone, water, and internet. We have a good network of roads. Buses pick you up in front of your door. We have internet galore. Yet our children are not doing well in school. Our teachers are better paid, better certificated, better qualified. The school structure is better today than any other time in our history. More than 20% of our teachers drive themselves to school. Why is it our children are not doing better? Tell me. Why is it your child is not doing better? There is a few people, children are doing well. They are the ones that may turn the big chef. They are the ones that getting to go to university. They are the ones that coming back with a degree. And then because so few of them, they believe they're in a new social strata. So they might call your child beggy and describe your child as classless. The same thing that is done when your child enters school day one, they are profiled and they are treated badly in school. And then they are given some subjects to do and attention are not paid to them. And then they struggle on the job market. And then government come and trick them. The government lie for them and they trick them. Your children that fall in that group. Mr. This and Mr. That child, not in that group. They get better jobs. they get better jobs. Even within the job, they are able to be promoted faster because they have a history of support and assertiveness. Women of this country, you have to be more hungry for education. I don't know what is your bottom line. I don't know what template you're going to use to consider your child as competitive for the job market. You and I may have different standards, but you must sit down and determine what are the subjects I want my child learn in school. So when your child exits school at 16, if they want to go to university, they have the basic education to enter university. And if they want to go on the job market, they could be more competitive on the job market. We're setting up with children. Your child says the child have cookery, agriculture, science, and they say they have POB or what OB. Now, where they getting a job with that? Now tell me. They have cookery, they have agricultural science, and they say they have POB or what OB. Where they getting a job with that? Which university that readily they could get accepted in? And out of the cookery they have, they cannot even be employed to cook street food. Yes, they may go in the hotel because they could cook food there. And then the hotel show them how to present food on table, how to dress it up and make it look good. So maybe we need to concentrate on subjects that could help our children to be more competitive on the job market. Our children have the basic matriculation to enter university. If you love your children, sometimes I don't know what is love. I don't know if it's buying a big cell phone, dressing them up in school, arguing with them everything they do, or if it's making certain that your child have the basic education so that they can be competitive on the job market. We have to change the reality that stares down the face. Is 70% of the children that exit school cannot meet the minimum requirement on the job market. So as a result of that, we have high unemployment among young people. Now the experts in the Caribbean say that 60% of the children or people or young people that are looking for jobs on the job market do not have the skills or talents for the job. You think all the teachers in Grenada don't know that? Ask the next teacher you meet if I'm speaking the truth and watch them in the eyes. If they blink, they lie. Watch them in the eyes when they're speaking to you. You go to school. Parents go to school. They're raising funds for school. For what? Don't raise funds for general account. They're tricking your children. Don't help them to trick your children. If they're raising funds, let them raise it for a specific project. Raising fund to bring table tennis ball in the school. Raising fund for football. Raising fund for music. Raising funds for a science project. So your children could learn from it. You know how much thousands of Grenadians go down to see Emanuela and Auntie? Where are your Emmanuelas and auntie? Where are they? You want to tell me that Grenadian children don't have talents too? The schools don't do concert anymore? Except perhaps PBC? And in recent time, some Rosebud in a primary school had a little concert. If you see parents go up in concert, where are the people that helping our children to learn, that our children that could sing? We don't have people with, I don't know how you call it, voice control anymore. Bring some from Dominica and St. Vincent. We have over 500 Calypsonian soca artists in Grenada. Some of them can't even breathe. They come through the whole school system. They go to the church. Nobody would train them in voice training. Why are we setting up our people? Why? It has nothing to do with genetics. It's environmental factors. Yes, Scholar Punch.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre. How are you?
Great.
Well, I have two questions to ask. First, I would like to know what Grenada is celebrating next month. If is the independent what Gary go through for, or is there other celebration they having? Because I find it is so thing. I heard the tape of Ken Jones yesterday when I was looking at a certain program, and he talked about the color. Who dressed in this color is clown. I love boys clown what does dress like that and going in the stadium with flag waving. His clown is like his clown thing that is for clown, and so he called his style Grenadians as clown. I find this government is too insultive to us in Grenada now. They is too insultive. And I don't know what, but God is hearing and he's seeing what's going on. And because if he's black and put on a black t-shirt and a black pants are blue and black, I won't put this color on me to make myself look at a clown and have flag waving in the air. And so I find too much now. We are down beggy. We are hungry mouth. We are Grenadians are clown and all kind of. No, I find this government is too insulting Grenadians too much now. They're insulting Grenadians too much. I don't know what, but God, sometimes we're talking with us, one thing happen in our timing, but God is listening. God is there, and he know he's watching. He hand is outstretched over Grenada, and I happy because this early morning there, I had a spiritual battle for Grenada because there is a dark cloud hanging over Grenada with these people and them, but God going to clear it up. God, they have to repent. Grenada and all the pastor, the evangelist, the whosoever, in my spirit, I think we have Grenada have to repent with this government, with dirtiness. They dip their hand in to have Deacon Mitchell. They from Deacon Mitchell right on have to repent for what they're doing to us in Grenada. Yeah. And the next question I have to ask, I'm an aged person. I don't really know. I don't have no height. What, when you say about is IC or what, because some talk about IC is a group or oh God, how I have to say this word, of people are what, I don't know. This IC, I would like to get a little enlightened about it. IC who want to register in Grenada or some kind of thing. So, Mr. Pierre, if you could help me, I would like to help.
Yes, well, first of all, I think we're celebrating 50 years of independence, and it's supposed to be a national celebration. It is a national celebration.
Yeah. Yes.
And it is unfortunate and it is sad that the government of Grenada,
Yes.
and I've been saying that, have introduced restorative justice.
Yeah.
And what the government mean by that is political vengeance and political victimization.
Okay.
In
Thank
addition to that, the government seems to concentrate on the period of Bishop
Yes.
and the period of NDC now.
Yes, that is
So
what
they
I
sort of water down the efforts of Eric Gary and Keith Mitchell.
Yes, that
In
is
the
what.
process, they also ignore George Brizan and the others
Yes.
because they want to put the concentration on the period of the revolution,
Yes.
this
Maurice
period
Bishop.
of decolonization,
Yes.
the CARICOM roundabout,
Yes.
and foreigners to bring in Grenadians outside. So by doing that, they want to dilute the significance. I don't talk too much about Eric Gary and Kit Mitchell.
That is what I
Well,
what-
that may not be right, but it's them that in power.
Yes.
So there's
Because
not
it's black,
much you
they
could do.
decide to wait. Because I see with my own eyes a black T-shirt and he only mark independent.
Well, yes. Why they have to do that? Because the NDC endorse what the mouthpiece say about if you wear national colors, you are clowns.
Yes, you're
So
we are
now
wrong.
the NDC want to avoid the national colors
Yes.
as much as they could.
Yes.
So you see, they're making sure to paint the bridges in black and white,
So that well,
and
that's
they introduce
Grenada flag.
and they
They're
introduce
letting down
black.
Grenada.
And in some areas, I notice they desecrate the flags by putting other things on the flags.
Eh.
The flag is the flag. You're not supposed to add nothing on the flag.
No.
So this group of individuals, that is why I tell people, I don't care about history in school. They're lying too much.
Yes.
When my child go to school, I don't want them to do history. I don't care about cookery in school. Because what they're doing is to shaft our children. So that is why the government, principally, they don't want to talk about Eric Gary.
Gary.
And they don't want to talk about Kit Mitchell.
No.
This present group of people is hostile against people in the lower income group.
Yeah, indeed.
And this is the two group of people that Eric Gary and Kit Mitchell fought for.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they want to stay quiet on that. And that's the reality. You know, I don't think
Mitchell come in my spirit of fighting and praying for Grenada this thing day. In my spirit, they told me direct, Deacon Mitchell coming like an antichrist and to deceive Grenadians.
well, again, God give us the power to choose,
Yes.
and we choose Mitchell. So we have to prepare
I
to
make sure I
manage
him.
the consequences
We have all the brave. You have
of
to-
this heartless, insensitive,
Yes.
and vulture individual that
That-
attack the elderly, the disadvantaged children,
Yes.
and physical people.
Yes. And the other question they asked about is
ISIS.
Yes.
ISIS is one of the terrorist group in the Middle East
Oh,
that have slaughtered and killed quite a lot of people.
oh.
Somebody
That's what
said-
Deacon Mitchell want to bring in Grenada.
Well, I don't know if he want to bring it or not, but somebody said that somebody registered an organization marked ISIS.
Oh.
So because this group is a terrorist group, when somebody want to register an organization or a group or a company marked ISIS, the people who are registering should know clearly what this is about.
Thank you.
And when we ask the question, they're supposed to come out forthwith and say what it is about.
Yes.
Because
yes.
this government decide information is a need to know. You see the attitude towards the press when they had the swearing-in ceremony.
Yes.
So if we are asking and they are not answering, we need to ask louder.
Amen.
What this ISIS group is about, what is involved, is it a foreign group? Because some groups would use alien names to register their organization. ISIS is a terrorist group, and it is not in our interest.
Thank you.
As a small nation to get ourselves in cattle belly crossway.
Thank you, Mr. Pierre.
Thank you. Yes. I think the government should be forthright. Come out quickly and explain. Because once a group is registered ISIS, you'll be ISIS something. And people show concern. As a thinking government, you ought to provide explanation and to find out who are the directors of this group. Is it local or is it foreign? And this is, and we correct. And people need to ask more. And those brothers in the diaspora should also be asking too. Because these things have consequences. It has consequences. And Grenada is a small nation. And when we are given the opportunity to choose the government we want, and we choose a fake to lead us, then we can't go in back and blame God. God is not a pipe. God gives you free will. If He gives you an opportunity to choose a government for 5 years, you choose that government. You choose 9 political neophytes that did not have a track record in politics before. They dabble in the occult. When they tried to evoke Maurice Bishop's spirit, was an attempt to dabble in the occult. We always say, may his soul rest in peace. When somebody dies, that is the prayer we have. When we say RIP, is a prayer. May his soul rest in peace. Maurice Bishop died under traumatic circumstances. While Bishop was alive, Bishop was not a supporter of Christianity. Because Marxists, Leninists, communists, and socialists, some socialists believe that religion is the opium of the people. So China and Russia and them would not propagate much religion. They will work with the religious group because it is significant in their country. But they don't advocate it. So during Bishop time, they did not even used to pray when they start meeting. When the Catholic bishop wanted to see Bishop, if you tell him come to all 6 o'clock, the old man waiting. Sometimes the meeting cancelled. To the extent that the Catholic bishop complained to Rome. And Rome sent somebody in Grenada to help him. Well, I think the person reached just before Bishop was executed. So when Deacon Mitchell dabbled in raising the spirit of Maurice Bishop, I am saying he dabbled in the occult. It doesn't mean that Maurice Bishop wasn't converted on the last minute like the thief on the cross with Jesus Christ. Because when they line up Bishop and they ask them to turn their back, Bishop refused to turn their back. And one of the soldiers hesitated. And another one grabbed the gun from him and started shooting down. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Good afternoon, my brother. Good afternoon. You enjoyed our show over the weekend?
Always, yes, man. Good, man.
Yeah, that was a great kind of show.
The show? No, I didn't go to the show.
That was the greatest show ever passing Grenada.
Well, I didn't go to the show and I didn't hear the show.
Well, I'm telling you.
Yes, yeah.
That's one of the greatest show ever passing Grenada.
All right.
I don't talk about the gospel concert.
The gospel concert was good too.
Yeah, man.
Well, we need some work. When people need to pray more.
Yeah, well, you don't pray. All you pray for the gospel. So.
You did quite on the radio here tell me I doesn't pray. That means a sinner, you know. You know, I'm a sinner.
I want to.
No, I'm not saved. I'm a sinner. I'm only working on it and trying to save.
Well,
but I'm a sinner.
It's when you're dead in Christ, when you're dead in God, not Christ. Let me tell you something now. That is the greatest show ever passed, and I wish you were there in the gospel concert.
No, I did not attend it.
When I think that I attend instead of praying for the gospel.
No, I don't attend the show. I did not attend the show. There are a number of issues that I am with the independence celebration that I'm dissatisfied with, and it's principally the attitude of the government vis-a-vis 50 years celebration.
Well, it's for everybody.
Well, of course, it ought to be for everybody. But it seems as though the government don't consider it for everybody.
You don't consider you open, if you want to go, you go. Are you boycotting everything?
That's why I don't go.
You keep me boycotting things, you boycotting.
I say that's why I did not go, because
because
I'm not satisfied with it.
Because the many people, they boycotting everything.
Well, if they don't feel comfortable, and if you're calling them classless, nasty people, commoners, hungry mouth, beggy, you don't think they're going to feel offended?
Well, if people speak and them and people are offended, like them.
Well, they have a right to be offended because the government endorses things.
Because and them endorse it too. Because they repeat it.
Well, you can't blame them. I'm not saying they're right, you know. But you know, if you shame somebody, they may not come in your home.
If you find a part, let us stay home. I don't take home. If you're begging. Let us stay home.
Well, yeah, they say rather than they go in the show and you say they beggy, better they go still.
Yeah, because they're beggy.
Yeah, but they didn't come and interfere with the show. You know?
Well,
that's why you had a good show.
That means you find a part, they beggy, so they don't come.
Yes, so they just stay away.
Because they're beggy. So
maybe they're beggy and they're hungry, and them is commoners and not good people and nasty people that they are dicking advocating.
If you find a part, let us stay there.
Yeah, they say who the cap fit, where the string.
Yes, when you see them, let us stay there.
So that's why they don't complain, they just quiet, they just don't go.
If the cat fit them, let me tell you something, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, brother.
Deacon Mitchell is right when he says we don't want no beggy people. We don't want no thieving people. We don't want no people more than going to run this country. We want people with pride and intelligence to run this country. You don't want no beg. You want them thief. You want them beg them thief and them come in and thief the country money.
All who does beg the thief? A caller?
Well,
all beggars are thieves?
They won't come and beg.
Caller. All beggars are thieves? Well, some people beg because they seek assistance. They look for alms.
Well, no, we don't want no beggy. No more than the government.
Well, that's why the people stay away from the show. They didn't go in the show, but the show was successful because the good people went.
They more than the government. They find the part.
So they don't go in. Well, right, so they stay away.
They don't go because they find the part. Because they beggy.
You don't see it as a means of humility that they stay away and they don't go and interfere with the people thing.
Well, if you find the part, stay away.
Yeah. All right, thank you, brother.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, it's these are some of the challenges we have. And when you see these things going on, remember what Christ said. Women of Jerusalem, mourn for yourself and your children. When you see this thing going on, women of Grenada, get hungry for education for your children. We can't continue like that. Too much of our young boys are ending up in trouble. Ask the police. There are policemen in your own communities. Have conversation with them. Our young boys in particular are not doing well in school. But don't believe me. In your community, hold discussion and find out how many of the boys in the community are doing well. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, what I've seen is that since after the last heavy rain in December, the government didn't see it fit to employ more people to clean the debris that came down from the hills blocking the drains more than they have one set of people, 7 people, cleaning from Duquesne Medical Station to Nonpareil, and then the inside roads are not being looked at where the farmers have to pass, where the slides are. The government should take some consideration and put out a few more gangs to clean the road. It's only waiting on these people, the maintenance people as you call them, to continue cleaning the main force, and the inside is still left undone. Where is the conscience of this government? Poor people are the people around which the economy is based. And when you put money in the poor people's hand, it spins around. Therefore, the government should show more consideration for the people and put some gangs to clean the place. Had it been NNP, all these moles that was blocking the drains all now would have been done. They would have employed people to take it out.
But
how this gentleman feel to know that he can point his finger at NNP and say NNP boycotting everything, when in past years when we put on the national colors and the colors clungs, and they go down in Camahon Park, and they say let the clungs do it. Yes, Mr. Pierre.
You remember the government accused NNP of giving handout when they were employing people on the road? They said they're throwing money. You remember they said they're going to plant arrowroot by the road and Kalalu?
Well, when you plant arrowroot and Kalalu by the road, it does just go, so you still need to clean it.
But that is what they said. So they against, the NDC was always against the road workers. They say it's a handout. They say it's waste of money.
But
so,
giving 7 people alone.
Well, maybe it's only 7 and NDC they get.
Mouth to feed?
Well, they say let them people starve.
And then you go come back in 5 years' time and say it's a mistake.
Well, they might tell them they're going to make them fly this time. Because they told him.
Andal said that is a mistake.
But they told him, remember they told him, money, you like me children, we won't fire you, we'll get $1,000 and then they fire them.
They parried the man from Fortune.
Yes.
For $400.
And he don't get nothing.
The man dead, he don't get the money.
He don't get nothing. So that is the government. So the government is. By the time next election, they're going to come back with the next fantastic story.
Well,
and if we don't educate people, they might believe it again.
Well, the lab is always open for lies with them.
Yes,
They start planning now.
Yeah,
how they go capture the minds of the people again.
And they say they're very bright and NNP dons.
Well, the dons people are to spend money.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to hide it. So give us, let we spend it.
But they say fools could make money, but it take wise men to spend it, so they're bringing down plane load of people from America.
Well, when Mr. Pierre, wise men don't spend money, but they end up bankrupt and have to file in for bankruptcy.
Well, when they're filing for bankruptcy, they still escape jail, you know.
It's simple because that's what they're doing. They declare themselves, they declare their handoli by filing for bankruptcy. Yeah. So they declare you, we don't have no money, so you can't jail us.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Anyway, Mr. Pierre, have a good day, because that's what I see is happening, and they should really put some gangs on the inside road to alleviate the problem.
But they don't want to give handouts. Because they say the government make them lazy. The government, they're too dependent on government. They said so better we encourage them to plan the arrow route on the road. And they say they're going to bring truck, green leg truck to pick mango and guava on your plate.
Well, I want to know if the green leg truck has a boom of over 200 feet to stay in the main road and stretch inside.
Well, green leg must be making it now. They must be constructing it, yeah.
And they have to cut roads inside people's land to
no, the truck could stay by the road and stretch, man.
Well, yeah, 200 feet plus.
They are remote control thing now.
And you see, the thing when you make stupid statement is that you say the truck was walked from 8 to 4. So after 4, you could get the truck. So you go and pick it in the night.
Well, when thief let's go in the day.
Mr. Pierre, have a good day.
Thank you, caller. So when these things going on in the country, You have to be concerned about the next generation. The change to come in the country is not the individuals in the departure lounge. It's the individuals in the departure lounge offsprings. That's why all four parents wanted independence. They knew that they would not be there to benefit. That is why Eric Gary built 28 schools in 13 and a half years. St. George's University. When he built St. George's University, they used to call them Garyites cadavers. They say Gary sell all them people body to the university. They criticize it and he had to fight a battle for it. Nothing came easy. And the Land for the Landless program and independence and pre-education and day nursery and technical education and the zoo, they take target practice on the animals. And they cross on Fort Frederick and joining international organization. But they don't want to speak about it because to speak about it, you're going to highlight Gary. And the only two successful political leaders that was able to stay more than one term continuously is Eric Gary and Kit Mitchell. So the process of decolonization, they can't speak about that. So the independence celebration is more geared to the positives of Bishop and the present decolonization. And carry come roundabout. And our people in the diaspora, we understand several hundreds of them would be paying to bring them in Grenada to enjoy NDC national independence. Now, if the National Democratic Congress could form a non-governmental organization, is to tell you how these people are fractious. They set up a whole ministry, MIT, led by Andy, for political mischief and victimization, and to carry out the restorative justice policy. When this thing is taking place, women of Grenada, pay attention to your children's education. Your children is getting chaff in school. They are encouraging them to do subjects that makes them less competitive on the job market. Don't wait till they leave school at 16. By the time they're in Form 1 and 2, discuss with them what subjects they should be doing in school. Introduce them to music. Let them learn music. If you have a child that have a good voice, encourage them to go to church. Our boys and girls are too disrespectful. They're using obscenities as if it's a joke. And they're behaving bad. And they want to show you the tattoo below the navel. So you have to do more. And we're back with you again tomorrow between 12 and 1. And you have another opportunity to punch. And you could determine what subject matter we speak about. Thank you.